If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super unders and a song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash.
Fuck, Mike. Hey, hold up. Fuck, I lost too much money on that shit. You fucking fuck off. Hey, it's just fuck.
Just cash.
Hey.
Yo!
Hey.
What up, what up? Welcome back, fam. It is Just Cash coming at you on this beautiful Thursday. It is December 5th, and as always, joined by Underrated. What's up, man?
Oh, chillin', man. What's December? Is that like December?
December?
Oh, that was because you had that dab right before we went on. I know how you are. I see how you are. You're not fooling nobody, bro.
That's right. You gotta get locked in here.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I get it. So you're locked in now. Do you have any money for us today or what?
You know, I think so. Today was, or yesterday was actually pretty solid overall. So we ended up with, I believe, 9 plays over on Underdog. We had 2 plays on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, we went 1 of 2, but Underdog, we went 6 of 9. So we ended up sweeping on the NBA plays, if you guys tailed that, and most of our college plays came through. I know we had a bit of a sweat with ball under points. Home dude had 9 in the first half and then only scored 2 in the second half. So we survived that one. And man, old Pops, bro, he showed us. I think he dropped like 23, 24 points in the first half. He was way over. So
Yeah.
a bit unfortunate there.
Right. No, him and Flag showed us. Flag showed me. I was like, fuck it, I'm going full unit on Flag. He's playing this big game. He came out in his 17-year-old body and said, fuck you. Balled out.
Yeah, he did, and he burned us literally on, I think it was the second to last possession of the game, and he got fouled again and ended up making one of the free throws to hit 22 points. So,
Right.
you know, Flag is the man. I'll definitely give him credit. You know, maybe that's a guy we'll stay away from for a little bit now, or at least until his lines get really inflated. But yeah, I mean, other than those 2, and I mean, hey, with Pops, you know, bro, if he's going to go 5 of whatever from 3, you know, good on him. That's just, it is what it is. But we reevaluate on some of that, and overall felt like a win for the day. So hopefully you guys made some coin cash. And I know in the Discord, again, links to that down below, 7-day free trial. I mean, if you guys were in there this week, you would have already paid for it. So make sure you guys check it out. We got a lot of good things cooking in there. I already dropped Call of Duty props last night. We may have a stream later for that. I think we might have a little late night action just to get it hyped for tomorrow. But stay tuned for that. And you got anything else, man? Are you ready to hop into it?
I'm ready. Damien843 says, first of all, he said the other intro is better. And then he said, y'all went under on Cooper? Man, Damien, I'm about to block you. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we went under Flag, bro. Fuck, man. He just, he showed us, bro. It is what it is. 19.5. That's pretty damn high playing against Auburn. So we had to try the under, and now we know not to do it next time. But yeah, let's get into it, E.
Yep. We learn, and that's the whole thing about this, and especially with the community that we have. We love bouncing ideas and questions. So we live, we learn, and moving on to a new day. All right, so first up, we got Big Robbie. He is, most sites, he's at 15.5 points already. I know PrizePicks already bumped him up. And earlier, right whenever we were going to post him, Underdog, they adjusted his payout. So still pretty good payout. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets lower even just a little bit more. This is one of the late night games too. So as the night trickles on, just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Big Robbie. So let's check him out and see what he's got going on this season. Only 4 games so far here with the team, but he's one of, the coach's big favorites out there. He's one of their lead guards, and so far this season, he's been very productive. Our shout out to Coach. He had a breakdown for us in the Discord, but 2 props we were looking at for him today was going to be his points, and I believe was his PR. Double check. Yeah, his points and rebounds at 20.5. So either one of those plays, I believe Hot Streak has them. Underdog has both options here. And PrizePicks, I believe, has the PR unadjusted. But again, they did move the points to 15.5. Yeah, I mean, guys just had, a really solid usage rating. He was coming back from an injury, so he did miss these 3 games. But the first game, still 26% usage rating. And overall in the season, I mean, he's at least a 25% usage rating overall. And we can see in the competitive games like we had in the last 2, even again back from injury, played 33, 38 minutes. So should be pretty well locked in for at least 30 minutes. And, again, just the usage rating, field goal attempts, always in the double digits. Plus he gets the free throw line a lot. And he's got a nice mixed bag from not only getting to the line, but also a 3-point shot as well. So there is, I think, a lot that we haven't really seen out of him so far in the season. So 14.5 points feels pretty low. How's that hitting you?
I like it. Now, you like the points over the PR or the PA? I don't even know if they had the PRA anywhere, but you like the points better than the P. What was the one we were looking at that was 20.5? Was that PR?
Yeah, it's his PR. Honestly, I think personally, I'm going to split a unit between the 2. One for, what I was talking about with the points. I think there is a lot we haven't seen from him so far this season. He's just had a lot of solid outings, and, they're honestly even be really generous for some of the payouts that he has in general. His 1.5 threes, as I mentioned, he has cleared that in, I know, the last 3 games straight, but, okay, even in the first game, I mean, he went 1 of 4 from the field. So they are not thinking that he, is obviously going to make 2 of them, which I personally think that he is. So at least 6 points right there. And, you're talking about somebody who's going to get to the free throw line twice. So, I mean, that's roughly 10 points. And that just leaves us with 3 extra field goal attempts from the field. That's not bad. But I do agree. I think exposure to the PR is definitely warranted. We've seen a lot of back and forth with, I think, what his potential rebounds could be, going from 8 to 4 to 6. Somewhere in the middle of that, I think a solid 5 is pretty good. So we are getting a slight tax for that with the PR line. But again, for this player, he could have even more of a ceiling game than that, and wouldn't be surprised if he has, 6 or 7 rebounds. So
right.
I think exposure to both is definitely warranted.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. That's a good first one. I put the 3 plays that you have up there along the bottom. So if anyone unfamiliar with the guys, you could check the bottom of the screen for the rest of the show and you will catch it. So there we go. Now I saw you hit mute. Saw your eyes have this look like, damn, that was loud. I think that was the loudest your dogs have been yet, which is pretty cool. Everyone has records, and they've definitely broke a record today. Good job, guys. Let me give you the air horn for that. Love it. Now he's probably telling them, step the fuck back. I got 3 plays. I'm trying to make money so I can buy your dog food, motherfuckers. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I tell my dog.
Always...
My dog does some fucked up shit, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, take you on a walk when we're trying to win money? You need dog food, right? You want the highest quality dog food, don't you? Then give me a break.
Yep. But I mean, hey, that's what they're supposed to be doing. I want to know if somebody is opening a door, knocking on a door, anything like that. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, still barking? What's up,
No,
man?
they're good.
Oh, okay.
They are good now. All right, so next up we have Zach Hicks for 3.5 rebounds. Let's
Big
talk
Zach.
about Big Zach.
Big Zach. Hey, yesterday the play with a 3.5 RA. That was a little scary, but still, bro, that play was too good. This one looks similar, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 rebounds looks easy.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a similar position here. We did luck out with our guy actually playing a season high minutes too. So even though he did make a sweat for it, he at least, he got the run and the coach left him out there. So sweat or no sweat, happy to see that. And the read for that player was honestly spot on. So love to see it. But yeah, man, honestly, Zach kind of feels the same situation here. He's just another high minutes player. I mean, he's good for at least 30 minutes a game. And as you can see, I mean, he's only missed it twice so far on the season. And one thing I thought was pretty interesting too, he ended up playing same matchup or same opponent as last year. And even though he only had 2 rebounds in that game, he only played 18 minutes. So essentially almost half of the minutes potentially that he's playing this season, he got halfway there for 2. For me, I think that just in favor of being able to be consistent with what he's doing this season. So 3.5 rebounds, minus 140. Check around on some of the sites. I think Hot Streak also has him for a slightly better payout. But all in all, feel pretty good about our and he's a power forward too. So pretty tough defensive game on both sides. I think that contested shots are going to be pretty high, field goal percentage pretty low, and the game total was only like 146, 147 earlier, so definitely not a high scoring affair at all. And I mean, for somebody who's going to be out there for that many minutes, low in 30 minutes, but we saw a really competitive game. He played 37 minutes, so I like that. It was one of those plays that just kind of feels like he should be at 4.5.
Right. And John adds to that. He says he got Hicks 2.5 rebounds at minus 360 as a parlay piece, which sounds nice. And then Matt says, plus there's no Edie will help. Go Zach.
Yeah, exactly. And this last game, if you guys were in the Discord when we played this particular team, we ended up taking their big man. What's his name? Hold on 1 second. We played their big, who is normally in foul trouble, and he actually did not get in foul trouble, and he played his highest minutes of the season. But Yannick, big Yannick.
Yeah. He came through for us last game.
He did, yeah. He was a monster, and again, he played the most minutes that he has so far in the season. But Zach still able to cover it, and just feels like again, a solid line. Plus, if you guys need a parlay piece over on PrizePicks, they actually offer his 2.5 rebounds there, so you could throw that in something.
Right. And Coach was adding in, you said, because Matt said there's no Edie, Coach said, yes, but they have TKR, though, because that man can rebound as well and score. He's a beast, bro.
Yeah, definitely one of the anchor pieces of the team. And, again, just a player who is playing solidified minutes. So they run a pretty tight core with the team. And as long as, assuming the game stays close, I think it was only a single-digit spread, just a couple. But it should be a close game. And he's going to be out there for a lot of it.
Cool. So there's only a few college games today, but still a couple of solid plays that we like a lot. So, I mean, to me personally, I like it when there's not a million games and a million things going on and we can focus. So we'll focus on these 3. I know you have one more play to talk about, and those are our 3 faves of the day. What's up with Ryan? Big Ryan Conwell.
So before we get to Ryan, another one that I did want to bring up, this one is actually on PrizePicks, I think exclusively, but we're going to talk about Big Bennett here and his 36.5 fantasy.
Oh, Big Bennett. Hey, I was wondering, when we say big, does that mean they're always big, or do we just say big for everybody that we like?
I think big to get that ego going for him so they show out for us tonight.
Okay. Just making sure. I was wondering how tall he was, but he looks like... What is he? Small forward? He probably likes it when you call him big. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He doesn't have a pitch or anything, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this guy's an absolute beast. One of the core anchors of this team. There's just so many positive things going for this guy. So clearly you can see, this season he's been a stud. He's just playing out of his mind.
Murder.
But looking at, further into the metrics, I mean, first off, any player who's playing at least 40 minutes a game is just insane already. But played 40 minutes for the last 5 games straight.
Wow.
39 minutes a game before that.
Those are the guys Those are the guys you like taking, huh?
Yeah.
I'm putting money on. He's not sitting.
Yeah, 100%. And now they have been playing down to their competition, so I do like that, and hopefully that keeps him out on the court for these insane amount of minutes. But yeah, I mean, you just look at from the minutes here to he has a very solid shot production. The field goal attempts are there, the free throws are definitely there every single game. He does come with a little bit of turnover, so I mean that is what it is, but those are going to be offset by the stocks. I mean, he's averaging almost 1.5 stocks at least a game, almost 2 steals a game. And I mean, this guy, on top of that, he's also a massive RA getter, really coming from the assist upside. But, for the fantasy perspective, these rack up, every 2's 3 points. So this, just filling up the stat sheet here, love it. But for me, man, it's got to be the minutes. Like the minutes, this is just insane. There is no other player that we can find props for that is playing this.
Right. So we're going with his fantasy. Nothing else. What if is he on books or anything? We can take advantage of not having to pair something, or have you not found anything like that today? I haven't had a chance to take a look yet. Are we going straight fantasy with him, and that's the only thing we're liking?
I mean, he's just... So the fantasy, I think, is far and away the best play. If I had to pick, I agree with Coach 100% there. Mm-hmm. He's just doing way too much, way too many minutes. But okay. If we had to get picky beyond that, maybe the PRA. But I mean, man, you just look at this. I mean, he's 30.5 PRA. If his assists are 6.5 a game, points are 17.5. And the steals 1.5. I mean, this is way over 30 already right there. And, again, with the 0.2 from the rebounds, the 2 per 3 points from the assist. And he's just another player who would also go out there and have, a 4 steal night, a 6 stock night,
okay.
Just all of this.
So basically what you're saying is even though we hate having to pair, he's worth it because his fantasy's that much value in comparison.
Yeah, this is the one time I'll tip my hat to PrizePicks where you have to play it there. I mean, currently I think it's, like I said, the only site that's even offering that.
Coach is chiming in here. He says he couldn't play him on Fliff. So that tells me that if he could play him on Fliff, he might want to. So I would assume it's not too bad to play his PRA or something like that as well. I would think.
I mean, I think there's definitely a strong argument that you could play it, no doubt. But it's just so hard to settle on one thing when somebody just does so much of everything.
Right. Okay. Bank says no money lines today, guys. And I gotta write that dude's fantasy on the bottom there. What was his fantasy that we were going over? Do you know the number?
Yeah, 36.5.
36.5 fantasy points for Big Bennett. Okay, I like that. So, money lines. I know I was talking to Coach yesterday about money lines. That the big game today is Penn State and Purdue, right? So, what are you thinking about that? Because Coach was like, "Why is Purdue the underdog?" So, I mean, it seems like Purdue's probably the way to go, right? I mean, I guess it's 1.5 points now. It's gonna be a good game, but yeah, Purdue.
Yeah,
seems like the one.
Honestly, for me, I think that one's a true pick 'em. You might as well just go grab a quarter and flip it.
Right. Yeah, so fuck it then. I got a sound for that. I think it goes like this.
Pass.
So no other money lines?
Yeah. Coach may have some money lines for us later throughout the day, but I think today was more of just kind of a mid overall slate.
Yeah.
And I mean, you honestly look at it across the board, it's a pretty close spread almost all the way down. I mean, everything is 10 points or less. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's one game here with a massive spread, but I mean, everything else is, they're close games today. So I would expect competitive games playing, both halves, full minutes.
Okay, so money lines we're kind of chilling on today because there's not a million games and there's nothing really that stands out. And we only got a few player props because there's not a million games, like I said, and there's not a... Yesterday there was a shitload of games, and tomorrow I know there's a bunch as well. But we'll stick to these 4. We got 4 plays, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then our last play today was going to be for Ryan Conwell, his 2.5 threes. So just, a pure sniper for this team. He's shooting such a high clip from 3. You can see, obviously, this season, he's been very efficient. He's only missed that so far one time this season. I think we actually had 2 plays left to talk about real fast, but
okay.
Last season, still pretty solid, 55% overall, very much still in the realm of what he can do. And his minutes are up quite a bit from this last year too. Down the stretch, he was playing a lot higher, but start of the season, not so much. And this season, he's already starting off, again, really hot from the field. And they're actually offering a straight payout for him today. He's basically just even money. And PrizePicks actually gave us a goblin for his 1.5 threes, which, he's been murdering that. So feel pretty good about both of those today. The matchup is, kind of a middle of the pack. It's nothing too crazy, but for what he can do and for the payout, I think it's a pretty solid play.
All right. And Coach also chimed in. He said his money lines he likes is Drake, Samford, Radford, and Purdue that we were talking about. So there you have it.
Perfect. Appreciate it, Big Coach. Okay, yeah, so those are going to be the plays. Again, Robbie, 14.5 points, or the PR at 20.5. Zach, 3.5 rebounds. His 2.5 rebound goblin on PrizePicks. Robbie, he also has, I don't think I mentioned it, but his points, now that they were bumped to 15.5 on PrizePicks, you can still get the goblin at 11.5. So small parlay pieces there, but at least some options. And then last but not least was our guy, Big Bennett, 36.5 fantasy on PrizePicks. And I think you and I and Coach we'll take a look at other sites that we can get access to Bennett and see maybe what the best lines for that are.
Right. And we'll put him in the Discord before tip. When is that game? That game is at 5 o'clock my time, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, perfect. And then the other one I wanted to throw out, because we're talking about all these plays, and I know me and you put in that display, but if you guys are into football at all, and tackles, I've been smashing these tackles, bro. 13 weeks in a row I've profited, and I feel like we've all made some good money on tackles. There's a play today on Hot Streak. His name is Evan Williams. He plays safety for the Packers. He isn't really even playing all the snaps. They're rotating their safeties. He's about 75% of the snaps. And on Hot Streak, they have him at 6.5 tackles. And he's 5.5 everywhere else. And if you don't know Hot Streak and you don't have Hot Streak, you should go get it, because you can alt that up to 7.5 tackles. And they're still paying out around a minus 200. And then we can put that with any of these college plays. So that's what I did. There you go. Put it on the screen. Perfect. Evan Williams right there. I know he's playing the Lions. The Lions are going to pass a lot. He is going to have, a good chance at getting tackles. But with 75% of the snaps and up to 7.5 for that under, we gotta make that play. That's 5.5 everywhere else. That's 2 extra tackles. So if you have Hot Streak, throw that in there. And I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah. No, it's a really solid look. Even if it is maybe a slightly scarier matchup, giving him credit for up to still having 7 tackles and assists and still being able to be safe, that is just, you can't pass up that value.
You can't. And that 1.42 is not too bad. Should be more like a 1.2 type of feel. So you're getting definite value with that. So if we're sitting here trying to make plays, you got to play plays like that every time. Just play it, turn around. Don't even, if you don't like football, don't worry about it. Put it in anyways.
Yeah, at least it's worth a half a unit, you would say.
Mm-hmm. Most
All right,
definitely.
all right. I like it. All right, y'all. So that is everything for college. Let's switch over to talk about a little bit of NBA. There some interesting stuff today, to say the least. We got Chicago on the slate, so I'm always going to be excited to see that. They are giving up the most points, most assists, most points in the paint. We did get news that Wemby was going to be out, and Zach Collins, he's already got some history against Chicago in general. But again, like, just plug and play. Whoever the center is versus Chicago, every single game, they see a spike usage, spike production, spike everything. So we've got to run it back here. Zach Collins, his points are still at 12.5 here on Underdog. So goofy. He's still at 12.5 on Underdog, but PrizePicks did already bump him up to 13.5, so don't play it over there. His 9.5 points, I don't know if the payout's good enough for that, so I think better alternatives for him today are actually going to be his first quarter points. He put up 7 and 9, I believe, in the previous two meetings against Chicago, and both PrizePicks and Underdog have his straight line for this, but one for more of an alt line and a better payout. I think this 2.5 points, easily for a 0.84, that's really solid value for him. So just in general, going to have high hopes and expectations for Zach Collins today. So I think he's honestly probably the best play on the board. And then the next up behind him is going to be CP3. Again, no Wemby, so that's going to increase the usage rating for both him and Castle as the playmakers. We do have Devin Vasil is back, as well as Sohan. So Chris Paul actually has real shooters. They're going to have Keldon Johnson as well off the bench. So he will have plenty of people to feed to. And he did have, 17, 19, and 21 potential assists in the last 3 games. So he's still doing the thing. We just need those buckets to fall. But this is the matchup, and the Spurs are at home. So that's usually the perfect storm to take those. And next up, we got Jakob Poeltl. So I'm thinking either the 9.5 rebounds. You can take the 10.5 for the normal line. I totally get that. But if you want to play it safe, I think even a better option for him would be his double-double. They have it grayed out, but it should be a 0.9 something here. As long as he plays, OKC is giving up the most rebounds. I mean, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and he is clearly a rebounding machine. He had 19 potential rebounds again this last game. So
19?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had 19, and RJ Barrett would be our 1B option to this, which I think is a solid hedge play. He also had 17 potential rebounds, so it's literally just these two guys on the glass basically at all times. But look out, keep an eye out if Jakob Poeltl is actually going to play. He was questionable earlier. If he's out, I really love the RJ Barrett play.
Okay.
And let's see, Darius Garland just got grayed out. So let me see if we got any news.
You could reach out and smack Garland right now where I put you. Look at that.
Probably could. Hiya.
There you go. That works.
Let's see. They just move the payout.
We have to spell his name right. Darius. Hi, Darius.
All right, so they pulled his assist. Oh no, here it is. Okay, 5.5 assists for 0.7. Yeah. So either or, if you want to play the normal line, 6.5. That one's kind of pushing it. I think for me, I might play it a little bit safer with just a 5.5. But it's Denver. They're giving up the second most assists in the league, so he should be in line for a pretty solid spot. He did exit early this last game, I believe, with a concussion or with just a head injury with their little incident with Jay or Valanciunas. But he's good to go and shouldn't see any kind of restrictions today. And then our last one was going to be Derek Lively, his 7.5 rebounds. It's a number 2 matchup against Washington. They're just giving it up on the glass. And he's been playing some outrageous minutes. He played like 34 minutes, 32 minutes this last game. So coach is giving him a pretty long leash, and it seems like they're kind of keeping Gafford in check there. We do have all the starters should be back today as well. So just need Washington mostly to, kind of keep it close. At least it is in Washington. That kind of helps that situation. and I believe Brogdon was ruled in. Yeah, he's available today too. So, excuse me. Hopefully that keeps the game close. And yeah, I mean, him and Luka should be killing it on the glass. So I like those plays overall. And then the last one I wanted to shout out was a PrizePicks exclusive. Was going to be Luka, his first half at 23.5 PRA. He's been at 25. Yeah, he's been at 25 PRA for the first half for most of the season anyway. So feels like a pretty solid discount. And it's Washington. I mean, they're giving up top 5 to top 4, almost everything across the board. So even though I will warn you, his assist playmaking has been down with Dinwiddie playing more minutes off the bench, his rebound rating has actually still continued to climb, plus his field goal rating overall. So as long as he's just being productive out there, he should get it done for us. So I like that as well.
Okay. Looks good.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Well, Matt says go Pack go, but I'll ride with you, big underrated. So he's going to ride with me for that tackle play. That's fun. But hey, we're not going against Packers. I like the Packers too. We're just saying dude's not going to get 8 tackles. That doesn't mean he's bad. Might be good. Might still be good.
Hey, I mean, I think we're kind of being realistic. He's probably going to get like 5 tackles at least. So it's not like he's just not going to do anything. But, for that 2 extra buffer we're getting there, you got to do it, man. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Like I was telling you, I was thinking about going under 5.5. So definitely 7.5 we got to take. Eric says, NBA, let's fucking go. He's like, yay, I've been waiting for NBA. Eric loves the NBA. AOD says we're all D-Gens united as one. Yes, we are, sir. Yes, we are, sir. And it's great to see you always. Whenever I see AOD in the chat, I always get happy. Sean says he's first. Ian says, fuck you. And that's the breakdown of the chat today, guys.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I actually forgot I had 2 more they are on the lower end. They're number 3 matchups, but still 2, I think, honorable mentions. One of them was going to be Devin Booker, his 2.5 threes. We know Kevin Durant's still going to be out. And even though, yes, Pelicans, they're going to be, quote unquote, kind of back to full strength today, minus Zion, they're still giving up a ton of threes. I mean, the 3rd most threes. We saw, this last game against Atlanta, they got cooked by them. And Booker is, he's their main shooter. I mean, it's pretty much him, and then you kind of trickle off between Royce O'Neal and Bradley Beal. But Devin is definitely the guy. So in the matchup, I think pretty solid. Hopefully they can keep the game close on both sides. But I think it's definitely worth a look today. Then the last one's going to be Jalen Wells, his 1.5 threes. He's just been really, really productive so far this season. He's cleared this in most of the games that he's also started. Granted, yes, Ja is back and all the guys are back around him. His usage rating is still staying pretty high for their primary 3-point shooter. Great matchup. Believe Sacramento is 1st or 2nd threes allowed. Yeah, 2nd most threes per game. So somebody, again, this is his only job to shoot threes and snag boards and stuff. So I think the 1.5 is pretty low hanging fruit.
Word up. John says, thoughts on Malik Monk. Do you have any thoughts on Malik Monk? And if anyone's there watching, if you have any questions, you could throw them in here too for Big E. See what he thinks. What do you think about Monk? Malik Monk.
I mean, he's been playing outrageous minutes, man. I'll definitely give him credit for that. He just slotted in with the starting 5 like nothing.
12 assists.
I think yeah, this is insane.
What?
Now, one thing about him, he's definitely taken away usage from obviously a lot of the players around him. He's really hurting De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan the most, but he's also, again, with the 12 assists here, he's taken away a lot of playmaking from Sabonis and Fox alike. But with that, it's kind of coming with a little bit more from DeRozan as well. He's playmaking some off or as a 3rd playmaker. For me, though, it's just the minutes, man. He's just playing an insane amount of minutes every single game so far. So coaches give him the green light. Let me see, did Kevin Huerter play last game, though? I think that was one thing I was kind of hesitant or wanted to follow up with, because if he didn't play and he's getting these extra minutes from that, then that's something to think about. But let's see. Yeah, okay. So Herter was back last game. I mean, he still played 34 minutes. So the minutes came down ever so slightly, but I think I would have to go with the PRA. 26.5 is still feels pretty solid. They're basically only giving them 10 RA in the mix. And now you do have to keep an eye out, though. This is tagged, so his 9.5 RA is plus money almost for the over. And they're assuming he's giving 10 RA right here. So do keep that in mind. But, I mean, man, he's just been so productive. It's crazy. Oh, here's a better payout right here. 24.5 for 0.9. I'd play that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. AOD says, thanks, bro. He was talking about when I say I see his comments and I get in a good mood. He said these streams are therapy for him. Appreciate it. That's fun. We have fun doing it. He says, what do you think about the Rockets tonight? No Steph and no Dre.
Yeah, the Rockets should come in and handle business. I did like them to pick up the win overall, and I wanted to see if Fred VanVleet was going to play. That would definitely make me feel a lot better about it. But yeah, it's a really tough matchup for a lot of the things that Golden State does, and just in general, Houston's been playing really solid defense.
Ian says, any players to score in the first 3 minutes on FanDuel that you like? Ian, you would come with these type plays, wouldn't you, bro? Come on, man. Ian Warner comedy. He always has comedy.
That's something I unfortunately wouldn't know off the top of my head, bro.
Well, players to score in the first 3 minutes. Man, where do you come up with these, Ian? C. Dot, the mailman. What up, dude? He says, Giddey assists 6.5. Do you like Giddey's assists?
Yeah, so actually, good question. I did want to follow up from this last game because Kobe White was out. And yeah, so Ayo, he did pick up the playmaking in absence of that. He was the second person. But yeah, I mean, Giddey still a really solid 2-to-1 ratio like we're looking for. He had 15 potentials this last game. And let's see, I forget who they played last game.
And hit the like, guys, while he's doing that. Can you hit the like for us, guys? That would be great. Love ya. Love ya. Thank you.
Also, is Giddey playing?
He's a GTD. His ankle hurts. Poor Giddey.
Yeah, they play Brooklyn. Yeah, so I mean, as long as Kobe White's out, I think it's still a really solid play. Do keep an eye out for that injury news though, because that is somewhat of a concern. Now, I will definitely say keep in the back pocket Ayo's assist. I mean, if he is out, y'all smash that. It is literally going to be Dosunmu and Zach LaVine, and then sprinkle in whatever scrub guard from the backups. Yeah, Ayo should definitely get that done. But yeah, I like Giddey. I think that's still a solid play.
How about Sabonis PA 24.5? Sabonis has been scoring his ass off.
He has. Let's see. Now, Memphis isn't anything like extraordinary as far as like points in the paint or anything special. They are giving up extra free throws. They're top 6 in free throws, so I mean he can get a little extra, and ones and a couple of attempts there. But Jaren Jackson plays pretty decent against him whenever, like for the pick and roll and switch. But Brandon Clark, I mean, he's holding his own, so I'm not in love with it, but I will say also Brandon Clark has been getting in some outrageous foul trouble too. So if we do see that early, I think almost by default, they're probably going to try and go on the inside a little bit more there. But if he gets into foul trouble, they'll probably slot Jaren Jackson over to cover Sabonis. So I'm not really sure how it'll look from there, but I don't mind the play.
Okay. We got a couple questions about Vooch today. PR, C. Dot says PR 31.5, and K. Frosh says, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? He says, how do you feel about Vooch's points?
Yeah, again, with Kobe White being out, it's just going to free up more space from the wing. I think we'll see him, again, take a couple more shots from 3 to try and fill in that void. But, He's so far been, I mean, I would say or argue that he's been the most consistent thing that we've had out of Chicago all season. And for him, it's been his second highest scoring season average ever. So, I mean, you got to love that, right?
Okay. Ian says Ian said he saw somebody on Twitter do it and they hit a ticket, so he wanted to try it.
Yeah, definitely hit me up again about that, or I'll make a mental note to keep an eye out for stuff like that. I mean, I will say, you know, Zach Collins definitely is live to score probably one in the first couple minutes there.
K Frosh says, also, can we get some first baskets bets on FanDuel?
Ooh, man, super DJing in there.
Yeah. People want that quick bet. I want to get it done quick. I want that rush. Then I want the next bet. Win or lose, who cares? I just want that rush. It is pretty amazing, though, if you do pick the guy who gets the first basket and you get that plus money. You get all that in 10 seconds. You're like, yes, I just plus 600 my money. But chances aren't very high.
Yeah, there's nobody who I feel super confident.
You were fucking with that last year a little bit, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's definitely some players like you know, Nikola Jokic at home against a mid team, like they go to him religiously, or like Embiid or some shit like that. But most of the guys today, if I really had to pick, I think Donovan Mitchell would be one. Brandon Miller, he basically takes the first shot almost every single time so far since starting with no ball, nobody else. And yeah, probably just those.
Okay. Eric says thoughts on Booch PA or 1.5 threes.
Yeah, I like the threes. Let me see what his actual what's his PA. Okay, so he's at 2.5 assists. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, there's a 0.5 tax on it though.
0.5 never hurt anybody. Yeah, right. We've all been fucking sent to sleep with a 0.5 hook in our life.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, that's the thing he's been doing the most consistent, but I'm almost thinking the threes, man. Like, just look at the last two games and some of these centers who he's trying to pull out from the 3-point line. I mean, Zach Collins is not a big dude. He's got a little bit more quickness, but I think they would almost want to test the waters more with him, try to pull Zach Collins on the outside. So we could see more than likely them do that, and that trickle down effect for all the Spurs. Should see a lot of rebounds.
C-Dot says, I got to give it to Ian. He's come a long way. He's become a better gambler thanks to the Discord, in my opinion. Aw, see, guys. We're getting better, guys. We're getting better. That's nice. C-Dot, nice guy. Because I don't think Ian's gotten any better. Just kidding, Ian.
Nah, we love you, Ian.
Eric says, Aaron Gordon RA might be worth a look today. Aaron Gordon RA? What do you think about Aaron Gordon RA?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I think, well, one, did he didn't start this last game, right? He came off the bench. But they will definitely need Aaron Gordon out there. I mean, it's Cleveland, so we know they're going to be rolling out the Twin Towers. Okay, cool. He did start this last game. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this last game, the pace was a little bit better, but defensively, Golden State has actually been really solid. So this is kind of a comparable matchup for them as well. He was third in rebound chances. I mean, he still had 10 potential rebounds, so looking roughly for 5 there at least. And then his playmaking was actually pretty nice. He was third on the team, had 8 potential assists. Something that yeah, we do see some overlap between like him and Westbrook out there, and when Westbrook's out or when Westbrook is on the court, he takes away a lot of usage from that. So I don't mind it. What do they open him up at today? Eight and a half, yeah, that's not bad. His rebounds are pretty low too, to be honest. I'm kind of surprised they're giving us plus money for that, but yeah, I can get behind the 8.5 RA.
Okay, sounds good. Ian and C Dot are laughing together. And laughing is the best therapy you can even ever think of. So we're in a good mood today. E, what do you think?
I feel pretty good, honestly. I mean, we got football tonight as well. We're gonna have so much stuff tomorrow. I mean, you guys hang on.
Oh, COD. Ooh, hold on.
Yeah, not only between Call of Duty, there is a power slap board, and I'm sure some folks are going to probably have some questions about that. I think for this particular power slap, there wasn't anything really standing out that I felt just amazing about, like we have in most of them. And they open the lines way higher than usual, so I think for this one, we're probably just going to play it safe and pass. Unless I hear something extraordinary or they start making some crazy line movement. I think for this one, we're just going to be a spectator tomorrow.
Watch some people getting slapped to the ground. That'll be fun. C Dot says Scotty Barnes assists or RA, 6.5 assists or 15.5 RA. And SK says, what's up, SK? He says, are you boys on Jaw over 29.5 PA?
Yeah, Jaw was actually the second person that I had for the 3-point upside. So we did talk about Jalen Wells, but Jaw was a close second, and I wanted to take a look at his potential assist. Scotty Barnes, 16 potentials last game. I definitely like that. Let me look at his rebounds, though. I think that kind of was taking a hit with Purtle Turtle. Yeah, so he only had 9 potential rebounds. He did get 6 of 9, but I would think realistically he's probably good for at least 4 rebounds, maybe 5. But the playmaking is definitely there. I mean, while they don't have quickly, it's literally just Barnes and then Barrett, and after that it's just a hard drop off.
Alrighty. Ian says Book, Zach Collins, Miller, and Mitchell all to score in the first 3 minutes is plus 825. Let's ride. Ian, I'll be cheering for you, bro. When you win that plus 825, let us know. I'll be so happy. And then Eric says,
all right, so hold on, real fast. Jakob Poeltl got ruled out, so let's get RJ Barrett and something.
Okay. RJ Barrett, get your ass in here.
All right, he's already gone from Underdog, so we're gonna go to the du jour special, the hot streak.
Playing with Evan Williams.
Yep.
Rebounds to 5.5. How you liking that?
I like it. It's a 2x, but I will definitely take that.
All right, I'm in with you, Evan. If your punk ass gets 8 tackles today, gonna have a few people pretty sad. So don't even think about it.
And I'll spice it up for you guys if you want to throw it up to a third leg. I'm gonna throw in some Zach Collins 9.5.
Ooh, Ian, did you hear that? 3, not 2. Ian, you can put more in if you want.
Yep. We're gonna throw a little $20 on it. Call it a day.
AOD says power slap, baby. Laughing my fucking ass off, he says. John said Portal ruled out. Yep. Yes, sir. We're on it. And get that Barrett alt rebounds in. I'm in. So hopefully Evan Williams doesn't ruin my hot streak account because I'm all in. Just kidding. Not all in, but pretty decent amount.
Better not be.
Nah. You know me, I don't do that. Never know what can happen out there in this crazy world. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we good to go?
We are.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Do us a huge favor on the way out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you head out. and we're gonna go chop it up in the Discord, talk about this college before it kicks off, and then we got NBA tonight and all that stuff getting set up for tomorrow. So underrated, as always. I appreciate it, man. Good luck tonight, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.